Hi guys, welcome to Whiskey Web Wednesday. This video is about the best whiskey of my life, well, my experience in 2021. So, fingers ready, drum roll, let's find out what the best whiskies were in terms of Whiskey Web anyway, for 2021. Now it was a pretty tough year, there were some ups and downs, and thankfully whiskey was there the whole time to help us get through those tough times and also to help us celebrate the good times too. And just like every year, there's always interesting whiskies out there. You always learn something new, you never stop exploring. So I'm going to separate this video into three separate winners. There's going to be, first of all, the Shelter Point Whiskey of the Year, and that will show you some of the great things that have happened at Shelter Point this year. Then the second level is going to be your kind of core expressions, or your kind of accessible whiskies, so to speak. And then the third tier is your ultra elite whiskey performers, the ones that may cost a little more, but if you ever get the chance to try them, you won't be disappointed. So let's start with Shelter Point. There were some great whiskies this year. It was a momentous year for Shelter Point Distillery. 10 years since they opened. The first spirit rolled off the stills in July 2011. So when we got to July 2021, we actually celebrated with a gorgeous 10-year-old expression. So that just shows you the journey. But I'll do a couple of honourable mentions. I would say number 3 was the Smoke Point. That was batch number 3 of the Smoke Point. This was whiskey finished off in Single casks, bottled at 53%. Excellent stuff, always goes down easy, a nice little whisper of smoke in this one. Number 2 was the Single Cask peat finish. This was similar kind of theme, but more of a robust expression. So this one was bottled at 58.5% alcohol and all came from one cask. So this was a stunning, exceptional whiskey, and for $95, an absolute bargain as well. This was incredible stuff. But my winner for Shelter Point's Whiskey of the Year for 2021 is the artisanal cask strength single malt, aged 10 years old, bottled at 57.8%. And not only was this a fantastic tasting whiskey, but also the sense of achievement of getting there after 10 years was phenomenal, and this whiskey really helped us celebrate that milestone in Shelter Point's journey. Okay, so now for the core expressions. Many great contenders out there, some superb stuff. A lot of whiskies starting to do more of the 46% minimum, unchill filtered natural colour, more transparency in the label, great things that we all want to see as whiskey enthusiasts. My runner-up was the Ardbeg Anno. This whiskey is just phenomenal, great deal of complexity with 3 cask influences, fantastic Ardbeg, 56.6%, non-chill filtered, smoky, sweet, and singularly rounded. Just fantastic whiskey. So always a fan of the Ardbeg Anno. So great runner-up. But for my core expression Whiskey of the Year for 2021, it goes to this fella, Bunnahabhain, and it's an almost unpronounceable Tokanakaga, which is the sherry peated Bunnahabhain, and a great addition to their core lineup. Bottled at 46.3% alcohol, natural colour, non-chill filtered, charming with rich oak and pleasant warming peatiness, which drifts towards a sweet Oloroso sherry influence, balanced with peppery notes. Now, there's a lot of Bunnahabhain fans out there, and this one just adds a certain je ne sais quoi with the peat and the sherry. And that's actually what I got in my glass right here. So this is a fantastic whiskey. You can pick it up in the US for around $78, Canada maybe $100, or in the UK maybe about £43. But fantastic nose, I could nose this all day, and the finish just goes on and on as well. So for the money, it's incredible value, great whiskey. Fantastic. Now for the top tier. For the very highest level, once again, a couple of good contenders. Recently had one actually in one of the calendars, the Christmas calendars. Is a 19-year-old Springbank, bottled by the Boutique Whisky Company. Fantastic stuff. That would be my runner-up. But the number one, this is without doubt the greatest whisky memory I've had this year. It's the SMWS Feshila. It's a Bowmore, bottled at 57.1% alcohol, one of 594 bottles. Dark Smouldering Flamenco Gypsy is the name of this one, and I put this in a tasting I did for the Whisky Club that I do, and this was the first ever SMWS bottling at a Feshila, so very unique and just blew everyone away. Just incredible stuff, and it was a pleasure to share this with everyone in the club. So I wish there was more. There might be a little drop in there somewhere. Let's see that. Oh, fantastic, yeah. But I wish I could share a dram with you now, but this is it. This is all I've got. I don't have any more, but that was just a fantastic whiskey memory for 2021. So that's my 2021 Whiskey of the Year elite category. Now, I would like to dedicate this Whiskey of the Year to a dear friend, to somebody who sadly passed away quite recently. His name's Dr. Wayne Temple, and he worked closely with Shelter Point. He was a soil scientist, and just all-round fantastic guy, so knowledgeable, so much wisdom. And yeah, I went round to his house a couple of weeks ago, knocked on his door expecting to see him. We were going to have a meeting together, and he passed away. He wasn't there, so that was a real shock. So it just goes to show, always cherish those around you, because you never know when they might just suddenly not be there. So I'd very much like to dedicate the Whiskey of the Year 2021 to Dr. Wayne Temple. May you rest in peace. Cheers.